Hello. How you guys doing today? I thought I was gonna be late, but I was... Apparently Levy's PC is... early. No. Is delayed? My brain is not braining today. I have a headache. I think I might be a little bit early, in fact. It's only 30 seconds. It's not a big deal. Hi! I just woke up a little while ago. Hello. Hello, everyone. Chat went speed mode. Yeah, that does happen a lot. I don't know if that's something I should fix. Oh, hi. Headache. I know I say that a lot, but I just have a tendency to get headaches, like my mom. I think it's a genetic thing. It's also probably due to the lack of caffeine. I did run out of coffee, like yesterday evening, and I thought that I could have some this morning, but someone woke up late, and I didn't get my coffee on time, and now I have a headache. If you're wondering how those two actually... Hang on. If you're wondering what's the freaking... You know what? Never mind. Okay, point is, lack of caffeine gives me headaches. I've had 4 online classes instead of the usual 2-3. I'm so sorry for you. More coffee solves everything. Yeah, that's the thing, right? After you get a headache, I wouldn't advise people to drink coffee. It's not a good idea. I mean, I am a huge fan of coffee. You guys know, coffee for life, coffee everything. I even have a shampoo, the smell of coffee. No, that's a lie. It's a body wash. But, cause like, the best friend of getting a headache is dehydration. And coffee will literally dry you out like you're in the desert. So don't drink coffee if you have a headache. You do need caffeine though. You do need caffeine, just a little bit of caffeine. If you are going to drink coffee, drink a giant glass of water afterwards, because otherwise it won't balance and you'll get kidney stones or something. Drink water. I have a problem with drinking water. I'm sorry. It's bad. I know it's bad. Don't take me as an example. I've had this problem since I was literally just a little child, since I was 8 probably. It got so bad, I would just go days not drinking water. And it ended up backfiring horribly because I ended up getting kidney stones. Guys, I know that a lot of you have never experienced the pain of kidney stones before, but let me tell you experience it once, you'll never forget it. You'll never forget it again. Sometimes I can sense my body cooking up something that's a little similar, and I'll go, oh, time to drink water, I'm not going through that again. It is extremely painful. It happened to me when I wasn't even a teen yet, and I still remember the pain. Some people would compare it to the pain of giving birth. That's how bad it is. But of course, it depends on the type of stone. How big it is, which part of your body it's affecting. If it reached your kidneys, good luck, you're going up to heaven. They gave me like an IV and stuff. They gave me serum, and then it stopped hurting. But before that, I even remember staring at the hospital lights above my head going, oh, this is it. I'm going somewhere else, guys. It's not just humans, it's also on animals like cats and dogs. Exactly, especially cats. My cats never drink water unless there's like a flowing source. I don't know why. What software do you use for your model? I use, what is it called? Veado Tube Mini. You can actually get a pretty water bottle that actually helps a bit, really? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I have a tendency to spend a bunch of money on getting cute stuff in the hopes that it'll, quote, help me be better, and it never works. I did the same thing with my notebooks, my sparkly nice gel pens, my fancy water bottle, and it doesn't help. I'll just lose like $50 in exchange for nothing. My animals drink water, luckily. Thank goodness. My mom's dog, who died in 2022, had gotten kidney stones before. Fortunately, we had gotten them removed. I can't even imagine what it's like to have a pet go through that pain, honestly, because with pets it's different. You can't tell You can't tell that they're in pain unless they're making it really obvious, especially for cats. I think with dogs, they'll try to communicate a way to say, human, get me to the vet now. But cats are not like that, sadly. Good morning, Kaitlyn. Good morning. What we doing? Today we're doing an MBTI test. What did it stand for again? It's basically a personality test. It's the most popular personality test on the internet. Now, I will say that it is not an accurate test, obviously. This is just a quiz, whether you like it or not. Even if, no matter how honest you're being, the results may differ a little bit. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's actually completely inaccurate. It's a waste of time. Don't do it. It doesn't mean anything. Well, I'm not freaking stupid. I know that it's not going to show me the light and the answer to my entire life story, but like, it's just a quiz. We take quizzes for funsies, right? It's all for funsies. It is also the most accurate amongst the others, or what I've been told. It's not accurate, but it is the most accurate. My mom, what is my mom? I asked my mom what her personality type was this morning because I thought, hey, what if I found out what my mom was and then Googled to see if it was actually accurate? And it turns out my mom is an ENFJ. And so I looked it up. I was like, hey, Google, what does an ENFJ personality look like? And oh my god, the accuracy was immaculate. It was spot on accurate. It actually scared me a bit because like, whoa, that's my mom. That's my mama. Oh, that's a dangerous type? Why? Nah, my mama is like the nicest person on the planet. She's the type of person to never get angry no matter what. And when she does, well, she doesn't really express that by throwing things around and lashing out at people. She'll just stare at them and keep repeating what they're saying calmly. And they'll get the message. That kind of freaks them out. She just has to repeat what the offender is saying, and that person will slowly start to do something in their pants. You're an ENFP? Nice. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck. What's the name of your cats? I've got an orange one named Pumpkin and a gray one called Willow. I think your mom is so nice. I don't talk about my mama much, but I think you guys should know that I get the majority of what you're seeing on screen right now. I got it from her. It's her birthday. Happy birthday. I have absolutely no idea what I am. Oh, don't worry. We'll find out. Also, this is a stream. We're not just gonna speed run through the answers. We're going to go into details about the steps and stuff. Oh goodness, mod, can you enable slow mode? I think the chat's going a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. My eyes can't read that fast. I'm very curious as to what your personality type would be. Yeah, me too. I'm not going to lie. I have taken this test like probably 4 times already, but I haven't taken it in the last 2 years. The reason why I took it, I wanted to find out which character from The Walking Dead I would be. You want to know what character I turned out to be? I forgot that too, honestly. Yeah, so I've taken it 4 times, forgot the answer 4 times, and then took another test 4 times and forgot the answer to that one 4 times as well. So now that I'm doing this on stream, whenever I forget what my personality type is, I know I've got some really big fans. You guys can go ahead and remind me. Every time I take that quiz, I get something different. That's interesting, because a lot of people have been saying that in the chat, but every single time I took the quiz, I got the same answer. I don't remember what the answer was, but I remember that it was exactly the same. And it was green. There are different, like, as you can, wait, you can't see, hang on. There we go. Wait, my chat's not showing. Hang on, let me just add you guys real quick so I can see you guys. What was it again? Hang on, I'm a little dumb. Technical issues, sorry. Browser source. Don't worry, I got it. Boom. Nice. All right, let me shrink you guys a bit, actually. Let me move you guys all the way to the bottom. Kaitlyn needs coffee, she really does. Okay, you guys are gonna chill there for now so I can actually see you guys. I'm the old green guy. Wait, is my mic bad? Oh, okay, hang on. Is it better now? Because if it is better now, then I'm just gonna... Ah, okay. I know what's happening. Sorry. There we go. Better now? Nice. Okay. Since people can hear me properly now, I mean, I take a lot of pride in being a perfectionist, so if someone says, hey, your volume's slightly off when I switch tabs, I'm gonna hyper focus on it for the rest of the stream, so I have to fix it. And now that it's fixed, we can take the test. No amount of coffee consumed is ever enough. Exactly, Kate Young. You get me, Kate Young. Why did you turn on slow mode? Because my eyes can't read this quickly. Are you late? Nope, we're just about to get started, guys. Wait. Okay, maybe slow mode is a little too much? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Question 1. You regularly make new friends. Well, right off the bat, I don't like how this started. You regularly make new friends. Well, here's the thing, right? As a YouTuber, you can't do that. You don't really get to make friends as a... Well, I'm not saying, oh, when you're a big YouTuber, you can't make friends. No, I'm saying you can't make friends because you genuinely don't have the time. It is impossible for me to make time to do the things I want to do. Like, every time I crack a book or play a game on Roblox, I feel super guilty. I don't have any time to do that. And friendships aren't just... You can't collect friends like they're Pokemon cards. You can't just go, hi, be my friend. Okay, I'm your friend now. And then stay in my friend list forever without me interacting with you. That's not how friendship works. You need to continuously make an effort to, like, you know, talk to them, hang out with them, make them feel noticed. That's not... You can't just ignore them and call them a friend. That's... Well, maybe you can, but that would make you a shitty friend. And you don't want to do that. The only exception I have is with other YouTubers, because unlike with other people, they actually understand why I'm not able to respond so often or able to hang out as often. With normal people, when I say, oh, sorry guys, I'm busy, they think I'm making up an excuse. I'm not. I'm not making up an excuse. I'm just too busy. I swear to God. So you regularly make new friends. Unless I get an opportunity to go to VidCon or something someday, I don't think this is gonna happen. Whoa. Wait, can I change? Okay. I can change them. Good. I don't want the thing where I can just make a decision and can't change it later on. That'll give me a little too much anxiety. Okay, next question. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Well, I am a gacha storytime animator who's also a PNG/VTuber gamer streamer on the side. So yes, that is accurate. Oh, but I do prefer simplicity sometimes, you know? Simplicity it's a gift in this day and age where everything's just overcomplicated. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than factual arguments. What does this mean? Hang on. You usually okay. It means you usually follow your ideas based on your emotions rather than it making sense, if that makes sense. So, like, follow your heart or follow your brain? That's what it's asking. Are you persuaded by emotion or facts? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And honestly, when it comes to this question, I would have to slide this way. This can be a good thing or a bad thing. Cause like, as a human being, you need to have factual arguments. You need to do things based by logic, pure logic sometimes. But me, I tend to slide towards what resonates with me emotionally, because I am just a little bit too... I'm too much of a feely person, if you know what I mean. Like, I will follow things. I will do things based on how it'll make me feel. I'm more in the middle or just a little on disagree. Yeah, some people are like that, where it's like, okay, this makes sense logically, but I also I'm not a heartless monster. So we're gonna keep it here for me. Maybe it's maxed out. Well, I'm not completely head in the clouds, walking around in dreamland type of person, but I am definitely close to that range. Kate, will you play Undertale or Deltarune? Probably at some point. I've never played those games before, so it would be fun. Hi, I love your videos. Thank you. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. I don't know about that one. I mean, I wish it were clean and organized. I do make an effort to try to keep it clean and organized. Like, I'm the type of person to have spreadsheets, checklists, to-do lists. I have a lot of organizy stuff, but I would be lying if I said that they worked for me. Like, for 2 days straight, it might work. Maybe 3 if I'm lucky. But afterwards, I'll just completely forget about it. It'll be dropped instantly. All those checklists and to-do lists are gonna go forgotten in the corner. An ADHD person who actually got it together. I wish, dude. I wish. Without my medication especially, it is impossible to be even a little bit organized for me. Because a lot of people with ADHD actually do need medication, but they just straight up refuse it because of the side effects and stuff. I wouldn't. I just can't afford it at the moment. But like, yeah, if you have ADHD and you are struggling with being clean and organized to the point where it's messing with your educational or your work life, I would highly suggest to, talk to a psychologist about the possibility of medication. Just the possibility. And some people are the exact opposite. They'll be like, actually, you don't need medicine just because you have ADHD. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. You don't know what's going on through my head. That's just rude. And if the person you're saying that to actually does need medication, you're just digging a tunnel for them to fall in, and it's just dirtbag behavior. Don't do that. I have ADHD and I can't take pills because I can't get it. Me too. I feel that so badly. Oh, where did you get this test? It's just called 16 Personalities. It was pretty popular back in the day, so I guess it kind of just stayed in the corner of my head and my community's head because they kept asking me what my personality type was. It's also no one's business about medication. Exactly. Like, if you judge someone because of the medication they take, respectfully, fuck you. Something's wrong with you. That's just so inhumanely cruel. This person went out of their way to get better and get help, and you're putting them down. Just no, don't do that. Are clean and organized. I wish it were, but like sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. So like I don't know what to put in this one, honestly. Because if I turn around and look at my work desk, I'd say it's chaotically organized. Like I don't have a bunch of papers lying around with coffee stains on the table and mixed up pens all over the place. I have a stack of messily organized books and I have timetables and stuff that are a little bit all over the place with giant scribbles on them because I can never pay attention to what I'm supposed to do during what day. But I'm somewhat organized. I'm not like an exact disaster because I'm looking at Levy's desk and yeah, I know what disaster looks like. If you're not sure, do the middle one. Yeah, but with this one, I was like a little bit sure. Kaitlyn is my twin. Oh, I love meeting my twins. Put it in the middle. I mean, yeah, no. I can definitely side with it a little bit here, and I'm trying to be like as honest as I can to get the most accurate results. Because if I sugarcoat something, or if I put something a little bit down, or if I lie about something, the results are going to be inaccurate. So yeah. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Oh wait, let me move you guys a little bit actually. You guys go up here, or down here. And I'm gonna shrink you a little. Like that. There we go. Alright, so you guys can sit right there while I read these. No, put me back up. Sorry. Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. This is an interesting question because for me, oh my god, this is gonna circle back to ADHD a lot. I'm going to stay calm for an unreasonable amount of time, but the day right before the deadline, I'm gonna start panic mode. That's how I feel short now. I want to be tall. Put it back. Okay. Okay, you know what, guys? Come on. Okay, I gotta fix. Don't worry. I'm gonna make you guys taller. I'm gonna make you guys a lot taller. How do I do that? There we go. Properties. Height. Let's do 1,000. Let's see how tall you guys get now. And, okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. There. Now, you guys are very, very tall. Are you happy? Are you guys happy? There we go. Give us our tall privilege. The procrastination is too real, yeah. I try to fix it. Like right after I post a video, I'll tell myself, okay, this time, I'm gonna be organized. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm gonna do everything on time to my best ability. I still end up somewhat doing it. Somewhat. So like, I'll stay calm for the majority of time, but this, like the week before the deadline, it's a little bit of panic. Let me think about this. It's a little bit of panic, but not really. Because, like, yes, my rent is in danger. Everything I earn is in danger. My fans are going to be disappointed. But I don't find myself being as panicked as I am before I start streaming. So I think I'm going to, like, put it here. Since I'm calm for, like, the majority of the time. Because I'm always under a lot of pressure. Maybe I'm just desensitized to it at this point. Because, like, I'm always chasing after a deadline. And, like, you get used to it after some point. I have autism and possibly ADHD, and this B word in my class turned to one of my friends and asked her, does she have special needs? Do you have special needs? Bruh. Saying autism and ADHD is a special needs thing is incredibly just rude. Like, everything's a spectrum, right? Everything's a spectrum. You can't just categorize people into little shelves. That's dumb. I mean, there are a lot of people who do that, don't get me wrong, but the people who do usually tend to be, and I say this very respectfully, they tend to be very close-minded, or they're just not the best type of people. Because I used to live with someone who thought that way, but to justify that person, they were very old. So like, it's kind of hard to change minds of older people, because after a certain point, all of their opinions set in stone. They think that they know better than everyone else just because they're older, and there's nothing you can really do to change that, unfortunately. How old was the person? Like 65 or something. No, actually, he was always that way. It's my dad. It's my dad. I can't really hide it. I'm not bad talking my dad. It's just that I know some close-minded people, and my father is one of them. So when it comes to, like, he's the type of person to believe every lesbian has a pixie cut and a jean jacket. And everyone with autism needs special help. That's the type of person he just is. But that's just the type of thing that's been seared into his brain. There's nothing you can do to really stop that, you know? But as his child, we have fought about this so many times because, like, it is painful for me to have to listen to that. And he doesn't really like... He is very, very stubborn. So nobody in the entire planet can argue with him. If he thinks about something in a certain way, then you can't change his mind. It's impossible. It's impossible. It sounds like my mom. Well, I'm sorry for you. I mean, I love my dad, of course. He's my dad. He did his best raising me, and he's always treated me as a little princess growing up to a certain point. But then, you know, you can't really do much about parents like that. They're your parents. You just gotta learn to live with it. You might try to change their minds, but I'm sorry to disappoint you. They're probably not going to change their minds. Or it may take a very, very long time. It's a lesbian who wears a dress and twin buns. I feel awkward now. Will you ever bring back the Kaitlyn plush? I won't. I probably won't bring it back. I might make a new version of it, maybe, someday. Okay. Next up. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Hang on. Yes. I don't really like the idea of walking up to people and going, hey, I'm Kaitlyn, and here are all my accomplishments. Nice to meet you. What do you do? Can you introduce me to more of your buddies? I'm not that type of person. I like to stay in my own little bubble. This is also a problem because as a YouTuber, this is like one of the most important attributes you need to have if you want to be a successful YouTuber, and I don't have it, which is very, very bad. Especially when it comes to like sponsors and stuff and networking. You can't do that if you don't have this. Especially with sponsors, because like sponsors will usually walk up to you and give you an offer for their little product, and you have to say yes or no. But for a person like me, I need to walk up to them and go, "Hi, I like your product. Can you please pay me so I can tell my viewers to get it too?" And I'm either really bad at it, or they are a little biased because I own a gacha channel, but I can never do it right. I ended up needing a freaking agency. I joined an agency to help me get sponsors. They don't do anything with my channel. They just look for people to give me sponsors. And I've either said no to all of them, or they've said no to me. So not having a great time with that. And yeah, I need other people to do this for me, basically. So I'm gonna agree with this wholeheartedly. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. No. That was probably the fastest one I did so far. Hey, gosh, I zoned out. What are we talking about? We're just going through the list now. Wait, where were we? Yeah, right. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Yes. Again, I am a very emotionally driven person. When I look at data and numbers, I usually don't base my decisions off of that. I kind of just follow what I want to do. Even with YouTube, because like YouTube has an AI system where it recommends videos based on what you guys like to watch. So, long story short, I can see your history. But don't worry. You guys aren't weird or anything. You watch pretty normal things. But depending on that, I'm just gonna say that a lot of you would prefer school stories and stuff. And while making a bunch of school story videos would probably get me a lot monetary wise, I don't want to do it because, like, I feel much more comfortable doing videos that I want to do to connect with you guys rather than videos that will do well data wise and number wise. I'm the type of person to just do whatever I want as long as you guys want it to, and kind of disregard the numbers. The numbers are important, of course, because, like, rent, duh, but I'm not ready to sell my soul to the algorithm just yet. Just yet. Do you know Jaden Animations? Not personally. I watch a lot of her content, though. She's my biggest inspiration. I only watch unhinged content. Guys, we're not gonna talk about that, okay? We're not gonna talk about that. We don't go there. Don't worry. I can't see the videos you watch individually. Don't worry. I just see what the majority of you guys like. The videos that the majority of you guys watch. I don't click on your profile and go, "Oh, this person likes watching a lot of furry stuff. Interesting." That's not what I do. Will you ever do a face reveal? Absolutely not. Like I said before, it would probably cause a loss in subscribers. So business-wise, that is a horrible, horrible idea. Okay, so I'm gonna agree with this. Like this. There we go. You like using organizing tools such as schedules and lists. Absolutely. I have both digital and physical organizing tools. When it comes to checklists and stuff, I like using a good old pen and paper. Because, like, yeah, there are a lot of good and very useful, easy to use organizing tools on your phone, on your laptop. She has a list for the lists. Yes, I did. I have, like, a big notebook and then a bunch of littler notebooks for the lists of everything I put on the notebook. I'm that type of person. So we're gonna put a big ol' agree. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at using them sometimes. Like I said, I use them for like 3 days straight and then I'll forget about them for a day or two and then I'll go back to using them. It's very messy. Wow, you're prepared with your lists. Just think of me as Twilight Sparkle humanized form. So, yes. Paper hits different. Exactly. You cannot get the satisfaction of putting a little tick next to the to-do box on mobile or on a digital screen, okay? Pen and paper goes hard. It really does. Also, like, there's no need to digitalize everything, right? The whole point of having technology is to make your life easier. If it got to a point where using the digital checklists is giving you more work than it should be, then what's the freaking point? Just use pen and paper. That takes away from the whole point of having organizing tools. You're not being organized, you're just looking for more ways to be disorganized. Completing a list is peak satisfaction. Exactly. Do people know you by your voice? I have a very distinct voice, unfortunately, so, like, I don't really talk in public, thankfully, because if I did, someone might recognize me from my voice. I think. I do notice that I have a bit of a unique way to abbreviate words. And it hasn't changed in years. I actually found footage. It was like finding lost footage on my phone because I was cleaning out my Google Drive the other day because, like, I ain't paying $20 for a little extra storage. Sorry, I'm broke. So I was deleting old stuff and downloading the things that I wanted to keep, and I found this ancient relic of The Walking Dead gaming. A playthrough of the Walking Dead game that I recorded when I was freaking 14. I was 14 and I listened to it and oh god, I sounded so cringe, but the way I speak hasn't changed one bit. It hasn't changed even a little bit. Like the way I react to jump scares, the way I react to getting confused, it's all stayed the same. The next question is literally anxiety. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Yes. Yes, I am highly insecure. I don't have like an ounce of self-confidence in me, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with this. Do I agree with it on the middle or do I agree with it here? Like, I've always known myself for being a bit of a science geek, and if someone like corrects me, I mean, thank you for correcting me. I hate spreading misinformation, but it'll make me go, "Oh God, maybe I don't know as much as I know I should, or maybe I'm a phony. I'm a fraud. I don't know anything about this topic. I should never talk about it again." Yeah, I do fall into that hole of desperation a lot. That's so real though. Yeah. How long will this take? I have no idea. I have no idea. The stream will end when the test is over because I think it's pretty long. I'm pretty sure it's a long test. I remember the last time I took it, it took a while. Do you love your fans? That's a very good question that I feel I have to be very careful while answering. Just to, like, not accidentally shatter some parasocial boundaries. Because a lot of my viewers on my main channel are quite young. So they're not at the stage where they understand that I'm a person, if that makes sense. Here's the thing, right? I do love my fans. I'm not like, I can't say that I don't love my fans because that's just not true. And I know that's a risky thing to say because some people with parasocial tendencies will look me dead in the eye and say, "Oh, you said you love me." I said, "No, I said I love my fans, not who are you? What are you doing here? I've never met you before. Please go away. I'm scared." Oh, a super chat from Autumn Glimmer. Hey, thank you. Hey, this is money to feed the children in your basement. I think they'll survive on bread, but thank you so much. I guess I'll give them a small piece of cheese today. That's very generous. Seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. Can you say you respect your fans? Of course, of course. I love my fans. But here's the thing. It's a different type of love, right? Like, do you love your mom the same way you love your sibling? No. You love your mom the way a child would love their mother, and you love your sibling the way a sibling would love someone that also came out of your mom. And I love my fans like a content creator would love their fans? I don't know, because, like, if we were in a convention and there was a cuckoo with a pew-pew in his hands, I would 100% just throw myself in front of the audience despite knowing that that would do literally nothing. It's just a protective instinct that takes over. But don't go around giving me weird stuff and expecting me to like it. Like, I love it when you guys gift me things, but sometimes it can get a little weird. Just a little bit creepy weird. Like, I did get a message from a fan saying, I'm going to find you and then kiss you and then have babies with you. And I don't know. To be fair, they were probably like under the age of 13, given the fact that their words and their grammatical errors were just screaming, "I am a child." But there is a possibility that this is just a very deranged individual who is also an adult. So, yeah, I love you guys, but I don't love you guys like that, okay? Don't worry, gang, nobody getting past me. Yeah. Oh, I did not expect you to say someone said that. I know. It's weird. How does that even happen? Guys, I'm a gotcha character. You literally have no idea what I look like. I'm a floating gotcha character. I'm a talking PNG. I'm a talking PNG. When I see you, I know where you live. Don't do that. I'm genuinely scared. Down bad for a gotcha character. People be simping over anything, lol. Exactly. uh, oh boy. Wait. I believe that you're an INTP, I guess. Maybe. I hope you get help someday, Kaitlyn. Like for myself or for the deranged person. It is, I mean, that's the reason why I closed my Discord DMs now. Sorry for people who used to be able to message me casually, but I'm not doing that anymore. I get DMs on Discord, and I used to get emails too, but I put a stop to that. How many children do you have in your basement? About 27. Okay. Let's put that here. Okay, next question. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I don't know about this one. This one's complicated, because, like, do I admire this person, or do I just find them interesting? Because if I admire them, I'll probably just twiddle my thumbs in the corner for a bit, look over at them, and try to hype myself up to go talk to them. But would I be able to do that? Oh, the question literally says you feel comfortable doing it, so no. But, like, if they're not a super popular internet personality, I do feel comfortable doing it. Like, I will gladly go over to someone who has a cool pair of sneakers and go, hey, I like your shoes. So, like, I don't know. Definitely no. Up in the middle. Okay, if we're going by the general majority, I would say I do feel comfortable doing this, but only if it's just me and another person. If there is another stranger, like 3 people in total, I'm probably not gonna do it. I like one-on-one conversations better, because if it goes wrong, you can just walk the other way and pretend it never happened. But if other people see you doing it, well, it's gonna get a little awkward. Let me put it here. Wait, am I just answering everything with, okay, nah, we're good. It's starting to feel like a multiple choice test where you have to make sure you don't have too many B's. Wait, personality types. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, it doesn't really explain much. Oh, well. I'm gonna put it on agree, but just for one-on-one. Let's see. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative work. I disagree with that. I'd like discussing, especially when it comes to creative works. Maybe with the exception of, abstract art, I suppose. I don't really get abstract art, but I know a lot of people do. I can't judge something just because I don't get it, right? I'm very open to having a discussion about it with someone. But, I don't think I'd put in some good input purely out of the fact that I just don't get it. Gotcha life is creative works? Yeah, exactly. But, abstract art, the art with just a simple shape drawn or something, that's what I'm gonna struggle with. So it's just one thing, I'm gonna disagree. In fact, I find it quite entertaining. This doesn't just go down to creative works, like when it comes to art and painting and music and stuff. This also comes down to shows like Arcane and stuff. You guys watch those theory videos where they say, hey, did you notice this detail in Arcane? And they're just putting their own input on the way they interpreted something Kate said or something. So that's highly interesting to me. My feed is literally flooded with them. So yeah, I'm gonna disagree. Can I make you fan art? You guys can do fan art as much as you want. I love seeing fan art. You don't need to ask for my permission, of course. Do you like the Amazing Digital Circus? I'm not a fan, but I do like it. I like it a lot. Because I can admire the amount of work and effort that goes into making such a series. And it's an indie show. Do you know how much love you need to put that thing in an indie show? Ooh, a donation. Thank you, Nyx Writes. I have a joke. If you laugh, you let all 27 of us out of the basement. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. You gotta giggle, but that doesn't count as a laugh. That doesn't count as a laugh. You guys are staying in the basement forever. I'm sorry. An impasta. Are we free? No. Sorry. You guys, I'm a giggly person, but it takes a lot to make a genuine, my stomach hurts laugh come out of me. I mean, that used to be, I used to laugh a lot. Like, I'm a very giggly person, in case you guys haven't noticed. But some people, I'm not gonna say who, I used to have like a group of people I'd hang out with just because. And one day, one of them pointed out that I would laugh a bit too much. And I'm sure they meant no harm. They were just like, they were probably just trying to tell me in a nice way that, hey, Kate, laughing that much is annoying. So after that, I did a full 180, and now I have to think very carefully before figuring out the volume at which I should laugh at. Like, oh God, did I laugh too hard? Or maybe I shouldn't laugh at that. It's not funny enough. People are gonna judge me or find me annoying. So yeah, I don't really laugh as much anymore. I mean, unless I'm on stream. I don't know why. I guess you can't put the giggles out forever. Would you laugh if I said I'm watching this on the toilet? I'm streaming this on the toilet. That's a joke. But jokes aside, I do watch like 90% of my YouTube content on the toilet, so like, understandable. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. Absolutely not. Like, I would take it into consideration, duh. But like, oh, this is such a jumpy question, cause like, what if this person committed a murder or something? He committed a murder and now he's sad about it. This question needs a lot more, it's really open to interpretation. I don't like that. I think I'm gonna go with disagree, just based on what I would generally do. And let's assume that these people haven't committed any heinous crimes. Let me just... okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Because I don't want to put it here. I'm not that open to being empathetic. But there's nothing I can do about being empathetic, hence why I'm still stuck here. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Yes, I hate schedules. I hate anything with routine. If there is no difference between yesterday and today, I'm gonna get really grumpy, and it just makes me genuinely sad. I get really bored without any flavor in my days, you know? Sometimes I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of that, and if I put a schedule, like, guys, I'm not in school anymore. What's the point of living your own life if you still have to stick to a freaking timetable? I don't want to do that. Yeah. So, I agree wholeheartedly. I will never make a schedule. I mean, if there is an important event coming up, sure. Absolutely. Like, I'll note it down, like birthday party at 5 or something. But other than that, I don't really care. We'll see where the day takes us. I hate scheduling my own event. Yes, 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 yes. Especially with streams, because like when it comes to streams, I have to tell you guys which days I'm going to stream in advance, but I struggle with doing that so hard. Because like, what if I just don't feel like streaming that day? I can't just cancel it, and then you guys are gonna get a low energy Kaitlyn, and you're not gonna have a fun time because I'm just gonna talk like I'm dead inside or something. Scheduling helps me. Hmm. It helps some people. I mean, this also comes down to preference and the way your brain is wired. Levi, for example, needs a schedule to function, or else he kind of just breaks down. He's kind of like a robot where if you don't input code, it won't know what to do. Me, on the other hand, I'm the opposite. If you input code, I'm gonna do whatever I can to not do it. uh, Kaitlyn, please let us out. It's so cold in here. No. It's hot out here, so just stay down there, okay? I do not use schedules. A lot of people don't. Like, I'd say the majority of people don't. The people who do are very organized people, which I am not. Next question. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. I would disagree wholeheartedly. I joined a call with another gacha tuber like the other day. We were playing Dandy's World, and we had such a good time. Like, we were just hanging out, talking about YouTube, talking about stuff. And by the end of the call, I was like, oh my god, that was so fun, and I can't wait to do that again. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm just hit with a wave of, oh frick, was I boring? Was I not entertaining enough? Maybe I said something wrong. Oh, should I have said that? Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I shouldn't have opened up about that topic yet. Maybe I crossed a boundary. Like, my head will just be flooded with thousands of things I might have done wrong. So, yeah, disagree. Huge disagree. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. Absolutely not. I hate team-based activities. This is like a huge reason why I didn't play sports. I just don't like anything that involves teamwork. I am very much a loner, and I like being a lone person. I mean, it's probably because I'm also introverted, you know? Introverts just like being alone most of the time. I mean, I don't mind being with other people, but participating in team-based activities sounds like a group project, and I don't like those either. So, big disagree. It's hot in your country too. Yes, Germany is hot. It is hot. Loners for the win, for real. Here's the thing, right? Even though I had like a bunch of friends in middle school, and I was like the most well-known person there, I still like really dislike doing anything with a group. The teachers would have to like force me into such activities, and I would just lose interest so quickly. I did not like it at all. I'm melting at this point. Yeah, my back is just so sweaty, and I'm not a sweaty person. I don't know what's happening here. Which city do you live in Germany? That would be a one-way ticket to doxing myself, so I'm not gonna say that. It rained a lot yesterday. I mean, this morning, it was so good. It was so cold and crisp, and there was wind, and now the clock hit 5, and all of a sudden, well, time to bring out the humid heat. It's not nice. What's high school like in Germany? I wouldn't know. I didn't go to high school here, and I dropped out of my last year. Levi would know, though. Levi can answer that question, maybe. Okay, next question. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. What does that mean? Yes, I do. The whole proof is on my YouTube channel. I don't like doing things the way you're supposed to do them. Every time, if there was an assignment where you would have to follow directions, I could follow them perfectly, but I would always end up putting in my own twist, whether I liked it or not. I don't know why. I I wasn't trying to stand out or be a little different than everyone else. I'm not that type of person. But all of my work just always, for some reason, ends up being a little bit different. And I like that, you know? I don't have a problem with that. I do enjoy experimenting. How much do I like experimenting? I guess I'll put it here. Because, like, sometimes this is a little risky, especially with YouTube. Because experimenting on YouTube is a trap. The fact that you can do anything you want on YouTube is a big fat lie. You have to do exactly what the algorithm wants you to do, or else your channel's gonna flop. That's just how it goes nowadays. Like, if you don't have a Mr. Beastified thumbnail and you don't have 20 different sound effects playing in the first minute, odds are your video's not gonna get picked up by the algorithm. So if you're trying something new, it's probably gonna flop. Yeah. How did you get into animation? What software do you use? For this one or for, like, my main channel videos? Because when it comes to my main channel, I got into animation by watching Jaden animations, and then I just started, I don't know, animating. I guess it's also because I had, like, 5 years of being a gacha tuber under my belt, because whether people like to admit it or not, gacha tubers are animators. It's literally in the definition. The first sentence of the definition of animation is making a sequence of images appear to be moving, which is exactly what gacha does. You take a bunch of screenshots, put them in an editing software, and it looks like they're moving. So yeah, we were all kind of animators at some point. I wonder if your OC was purple since your hair was once purple. Yeah. No. No. I did show people what my OC looked like, what I looked like with the purple hair on Instagram, but I never showed it on YouTube. It never showed up. Let's put this on agree. Okay, next question. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Yes, and this is a problem. This is a very big problem when it comes to my personal life, because I can't say no. When people go into my DMs and they're like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do this with you. Do you want to do it with me? And I have to say no because I don't want to do it, but I can't say no. So what I end up doing is I say, sorry, I can't do it right now. I'm really busy. And after saying that a few times, you'd think that they pick up the message, but they usually don't, because unless you act firm and put your foot down and you say a big fat no, they're usually not gonna get it. They're gonna understand it a different way. They're gonna think, oh, so there's a chance. I still have a chance to do it. So yeah, you gotta learn how to be honest and just say what's going through your mind. Don't play mind games like that. And even though you hurt their feelings a little bit, it's better than just leading them on. Because, like, you can't blame them for misinterpreting what you're saying when you're literally just sugarcoating the fact that you want to say no but can't. It's so hard to say no. Yeah, I'm a genuine doormat. It's very hard for me to say no. I feel extremely, like, abnormally guilty after saying no for something, despite the fact that I really don't want to do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna agree with this. It should change, but right now, it's staying over there. I may as well say welcome because I'm a doormat. Yeah, I've been a doormat I've been a doormat since, like, my teenage years, I suppose. I'm a people pleaser and always feel guilty. Yeah. I don't know how to change that. Oh my god, we're 30% through? Geez, this test is long. I'm a sensitive person. Yeah, that's the problem too, right? Because as a person who can feel, you know, empathy and who's also very hypersensitive, like, I don't know if I have the guts to say something that might slightly hurt someone's feelings, because I know what it's like to feel crushed over something despite the fact that the person was really nice. Sometimes people will say things in a lighthearted, joking way, and even though I'll giggle on the outside, I'll genuinely just start tearing up because of how hurt I am, because I'm hypersensitive. It's not good, and it's not common, but I don't know why I have that. I should really get to working on that. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Yes, and also... Yes, actually. But in a specific range, right? I'm not gonna go out of my way to jump out of a plane with a parachute on my back. I'm not that adventurous. And I'm definitely not gonna go cave diving anytime soon. So, I'm gonna agree, but not a lot. Because I do like trying out new things and learning about new things. But to a certain limit. I have sensitive ears and feelings. Same. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Usually no, but here's the thing. At 3 a.m. in the morning, if I'm awake, yes, all of those worries and fears will come back to haunt me, and they will plague my mind to the point where I will feel just bad. It makes me feel really bad. Don't stay awake past 3 a.m. It never goes well. Because, like, most of the time, I'm a very optimistic type of person. Like, I like to believe that everything's gonna work out in the end, and, oh, well, this is not working out, don't worry, it'll fix itself eventually. Oh, my YouTube channel is gonna be fine. One day I'll be able to afford more help, and I'll be able to post more, and I'm doing my very best with what I can now, but after 3 a.m., I'm like, oh god, I'm a failure, and all of my subscribers are gonna leave me. That is a genuine fear that YouTubers have, by the way. A lot of people don't understand that because they think that YouTubers are super confident about their numbers and their subs. We're not. A lot of us are very insecure and always have a crippling fear that someday we're just gonna be forgotten. Anxiety can go like an outlet. Exactly. The activity goes fast down. Yeah. I will never leave you. Thank you. Thank you. So, at night, yes, but usually no. So, like, it's only once in a while. And I guess a lot of people experience this too. So, bloop. There we go. Next question. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones? Absolutely. I hate group activities because it means that if I mess up, it'll affect everyone else. With solo activities, if I mess up, oh, it's fine. I'm the only person getting affected. But in a team setting, ooh, teammates are gonna get mad. I'm gonna get sad. Not gonna go well. So I'm gonna agree with this one wholeheartedly. I'm glad you're an optimistic and a kind person. Aw, thank you. I get the optimism from my mother, honestly, because, like, she is the most optimistic person on the planet. Like, yeah, the world's going to shit, but according to my mom, everything's sunshine and rainbows, and we should all love each other and give each other a group hug. My mom's the type of person to run up to a stranger on the street and give them a hug if they have a give me a hug sign, a free hug sign, I mean. What's an optimistic? An optimistic person is the type of person that looks at the bright side of things. Like, if a glass is half empty, the optimistic person will say, oh, but it's half full. And a pessimistic person will say, oh, it's half empty. It's almost gone. There's no point. And a realist? Yeah. And a realist will say it's half empty and half full. Like mine too. Yup. Mothers tend to have that. I mean, some fathers do too, but it's usually the mom. Maybe it's just a womanly thing. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. I did that for a living. When I was like 13. A lot of you guys know me from that era. My cringy gotcha story era. Would I be doing that again? Could I do that again? I'm pretty sure I could. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I still have what it takes to make good fictional stories and good gotcha stories, but it's just not my thing anymore, you know? And I don't really have time for creative projects like that because I like animating and it takes up all of my time. So, yeah. But I could imagine myself doing it, so I'm gonna disagree. I watched them when I was like 9. Oh my goodness. You were my childhood. I watched those vids. Aww. That's so nice. Yeah. Sometimes I contemplate deleting them, but it's a nice way to see how far I've come. And also, it's just straight up nostalgia. My channel grew up with me. You guys have practically watched me grow up. Cause like, I've been a content creator since I was 12, and now I'm 19. I'm gonna be 20 this month. Next month. I'm gonna be 20. So that's like 8 years. And if I delete, I can still remember exactly what I was doing while making those gotcha videos. Like, you could show me any video on my main channel and go, when'd you make this? And I could tell you the weather, what I was watching, what I was listening to, what my mom was cooking, what lessons I was learning at school. I could recite all of that. Like, my channel is basically a part of me at this point. Oh, we better hope nothing bad happens to it. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Next question. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Disagree. I disagree. Like, yes, I do favor efficiency in most situations, but I wouldn't put it above emotional aspects, unfortunately. Okay, maybe not that much, cuz like I can break a sponsor's heart by saying no because they're trying to sell me a crappy product. I'm not going to go, "Oh, I feel sorry for them. Let me just promote this on my channel." No. My channel is my baby. I'm not just going to promote whatever comes my way on it. I have to actually like the product, and I actually have to like the sponsor. If I don't, it's just not going to show up on my channel ever. So we're going to disagree with that a little bit. Next question. Are you going to make more animated stories about your life? They're so entertaining. Of course, yeah. I've got so many stories to tell, but they take like 3 months to make. So like there's always a gap between each upload, and there's nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. And that's how we know any sponsor on her channel is genuine. Yeah, I'm over here going hungry sometimes due to the sheer fact that I'm broke as heck, and I'm still saying no to big sponsors because they're selling weird stuff. One of them low-key tried to sell flavored air. I'm not gonna say who they were, but I'm not gonna sell the flavored air to my audience. That's just scummy and weird. And also, from a scientific fact, impossible. So, next question. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Am I? I don't know. Here's the thing. Because some days, I'll do my chores and then play like a 1 hour long game. But sometimes if I wake up really early, I do prefer to start my day by relaxing myself, easing myself into the day. So I'll start my day by gaming and then I'll work. So I don't know. This one's gonna be the first middle one probably because it does change a lot. It depends on my mood that day. Bloop. Flavored air, bro. If everyone is breathing flavored air in 50 years, I mean, given the fact that our planet is deteriorating at an alarming speed, by 2040, we're probably gonna start selling bottled air. It's not funny. I laugh because it hurts. Vapes, high key. Oh my god, exactly. Just vapes without the smoke. It's, look, if something just sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You know? It's definitely weird. Next question. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. It depends who the person is. Because, like, if this is a stranger, I'll usually go along with what they say. I have met a person who is going to be of significant importance in my life. And when I told them about my my life story, because we were just chatting, they completely disregarded the existence of depression and anxiety. No, actually, they believed in anxiety. They just didn't believe that a person could be too sad to function. And in a way, just nicely, politely called me lazy. And while I would absolutely want to argue with them about how wrong that is, I didn't, because, like, I don't want to put myself in a bad image in front of this person. So I just smiled and nodded and was like, oh, yeah, keep talking. I didn't say I agree, but I didn't I didn't disagree either. So yeah, I guess I have to disagree with this one a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, I don't really need to prove my point most of the times. I don't really talk about stuff like that, important stuff like that. And if I do, I'll try to do it in a way that it won't hurt the other person's feelings. I watched your dentist video and I agree, bro. I've had a 3-year journey of pain. Now I don't even care if I get to skip school. Dentist is just death. Exactly. I know what that's like. When I had braces and I needed to get the chain pulled down from my impacted tooth, I would schedule it to land exactly on my math class days, because in 7th grade, I just started hating math. I loved math. I just didn't like the teacher, because the teacher was the type of person to be like, they were a tough love type of teacher. You know what I mean? Like the type of teacher that will point out your mistakes and yell at you so that you'll get tough love and try to fix it. But while that worked for the majority of the top contenders of our class, with me, it had an opposite effect. I don't do well with negative energy at all. I run on positive fuel and positive fuel only. It's why if I'm having a hard time making a YouTube video, I'll just check my comment section and look at what you guys are writing for me, because I do read all of your comments. Even if I don't respond to them, I do read them and they help me adjust my mood so I can get back to work. But if someone says something negative about my videos, never in the comments. I don't really get bothered by comments, but like in real life, it will hurt my feelings and therefore my motivation to work. Unfortunately, that's like one of the biggest cons of being so hypersensitive. But like, point is, this teacher, one day I made a mistake. I remember what the mistake even was. It was about vial testing. We had to like figure out how many milliliters was in that, blah blah blah, something like that. And she just said, "When did I teach you this?" And one of the kids started laughing. He was a snobby little piece of crap. He was like the best in class. He was number 1, I was number 2. And I guess that's the only thing he's good for, by the way, because this person was dumb as rocks. I don't know how he got the title as smartest kid, because like that kid could solve test books, but if you gave him a real life situation, he couldn't figure it out for the life of him. He just didn't have functioning brain cells outside of test books. But anyway, I don't mean to dunk on him that much. He wasn't a bad dude. He was just snarky and had only one thing going for him, unfortunately. So after that class, I went behind the school and cried. I was like, "Oh my God, she's disappointed in me, and I made a mistake." And she was angry. She didn't even yell. She just sounded angry and frustrated. And after that, I just completely quit math. I was like, "Nope, I hate this class. I don't want to do it anymore." And after I lose interest in something, that's when my grades start going down. Fun fact, actually, I took my first exam with her after like 8 dentist visits of missing her class, and for the first time in my life, I got a D. I got a D minus. Like, it was, how much was it? It was a 40% on the test. It was horrible. It was my first D minus in my entire life. And the teacher was like, oh my God, Kaitlyn, no, I know you. You are the smartest person in this class. I'm making you retake the test. And I was like, oh, wait, what? No, hang on. Because now I felt guilty because she let me retake the test because she thought the dentist was making me miss her class. Little did she know I was missing her classes on purpose. I was missing her classes. I was deliberately choosing the appointments to fall right onto my math class, so I would just skip on it. And because of that, she gave me the test again. And I know that this teacher loved me and liked me a lot. She like saw herself in me or something, but the way she teach just wasn't my cup of tea. And how do you know that she gave me special treatment? I retook the exact same test. Like nothing changed. She shared the answers in the class and then gave me the exact same piece of paper and then just told me to solve it. I went from getting a D minus to an A plus with only one mistake. I got a single mistake. A single mistake. That is, you're not supposed to give the student the exact same paper. You're supposed to like change the questions a little bit, you know? So the student doesn't get to copy off of the answer she already saw. But nope. It's Kaitlyn, and I like Kaitlyn, so Kaitlyn gets the same test and she gets to pass. And I felt so guilty. I felt so awful. What the frick did I side tangent into? Anyway, back to the topic. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. That's true. If someone introduces themselves to me and they start a conversation with me, I will put in a genuine effort to keep the conversation going. In fact, I would go so far as to say that I would be a pretty fun person to to talk to, maybe. But you have to do like the first move because I'm good at receiving and then giving back, but I'm not good at giving out of the blue. I can't start conversations properly. You are fun. I sure hope so. I was hanging out with Yellow, the gotcha tuber Yellow. And she introduced me to some of her friends, and the first thing that came out of my mouth in chat was literally, "Hi, I'm a person, and I like coffee." So as you can see, not very good at doing the first move. Like, hey guys, I'm a person. Are you guys people too? No way. Yeah, so we're gonna go with an agree. I don't know if I'd be comfortable enough to introduce myself first. I mean, if it were other gotcha tubers, I'd probably walk up to them and be able to do it, but literally anyone else, no. So I'm gonna go with agree here. I guess it's more easy on the internet to get friends. Yes. Yes, it is. What would you do if you saw one of your fans in the wild, hide in a bush, and pull my hood over my head because I don't want anyone to see what I look like in real life? Your mood can change very quickly. Yes, very accurate. I don't know if this is normal. My psychologist and I were going to go over it when I was in Turkey, but then I moved before we could get to it. So I don't know if I have any underlying conditions to cause this, but my mood does change abnormally quickly compared to a normal person. Like, I can go from crying and being extremely upset to smiling and laughing in the span of 2 seconds. It only takes 2 seconds. Like, when Levy and I get arguments sometimes, like, do the dishes, put your socks away, blah, blah, blah. what he'll do is he'll give me a tub of Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge ice cream, and he'll slide it through the door and then shut it closed. And the second I pick up that ice cream, I'm back to happy Katie mode. Yeah. When are you doing the Stardew Valley stream? This weekend. I wanted to do it like now, but if I do a bunch of Stardew Valley streams, I don't want YouTube and all of the viewers to think I'm a Stardew Valley streamer now. I am a variety streamer. I wanna do some chats with you guys. I wanna hang out with my fans, and sometimes I wanna play games with you guys, but I wanna do all of that. I don't wanna just stick to one category. So that's why I have to like put some variety in my uploads. Kate, I'm going to walk 30 kilometers this weekend because of Go Fest and Pokemon Go. Dude, that 30 kilometers, is that even humanly possible? I am weak. I'm very weak. Dude, Pokemon Go is honestly just such a God-given for people. It does help a lot of people stay active, but I do see some people who try to cheat the system by driving around in their cars to play the game. Like, what is the point of that? Come on. They did such a good thing and y'all ruined it. Did you go to the YouTube VidCon? No. I can't afford a plane ticket, and I wasn't invited this year. Who's your favorite tune in Dandy's World? I have no idea. I think it's Brightney or Sprout. Do you like other types of coffee, like cappuccino, espresso, lattes? I like every type of coffee except for Turkish coffee. I like every single coffee on the planet except for Turkish coffee. It's probably because of the grainy texture, because the first time they gave it to me, I smelled it and I was like, whoa, this is some strong coffee. This is gonna be delicious. And I took a sip and I didn't like the texture. It tasted good, but the texture was kind of like watered down dirt, and I didn't like that. It was a little too difficult to go down my throat. I mean, I would drink it if I was offered it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it, is what I'm saying. Yes. Okay. Next question. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. I disagree. I am very easily swayed by emotional arguments. All you have to do is tell me how that person is feeling, and I will easily forfeit. Next question. You end up doing things at the last possible moment. That's... Oh, God. I wish I could disagree with this. I really do. I really do. But, we're not gonna... Yeah. What does swayed mean? Swayed means, convinced. Like, you're not easy to convince by emotional arguments. I don't know how to explain it a little simpler than that. I'm sorry. Me, I have a problem. Yeah, I feel like the majority of us do. I'm gonna agree with this. Cause like, I try not to, I really do. I start planning things, but I don't do them the last possible second, but I do it the last possible minute or hour. So we're gonna do this. Because that's very, very accurate. Okay, but would I be lying? I wouldn't be lying. I do some things on time. When I can. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it here. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. I hate debating. I hate debating in general. And ethical dilemmas, I hate debating ethical dilemmas. I mean, I find it interesting because Levi loves debate and he loves talking about philosophy and stuff. So sometimes I'm kind of forced into it. There's nothing I can do to avoid it. But I wouldn't do it for funsies. Like, I wouldn't bring out the topic out of nowhere and start a discussion based on it. But I will feed into it if someone's talking about it or if someone's interested in it. So I'm gonna disagree with this one. Boop. Okay, 50% through. Great. We're 1 hour in. Debating is not even close to what I hate. I live in a political house and I pay to get out. Oh boy. Christmas at your place must be fun. Could you play Pokemon Go for a stream, lol? I mean, can I stream just... Do you guys want to see my feet moving? Okay, that sounds wrong. Do you guys want to see my feet? Do you guys want to see my shoes? I'm just gonna stream my shoes moving while playing Pokemon Go on a side screen. This test is going to consume your soul, yes. Yes. You usually prefer to be around others rather than your own. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like being by myself. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. That's a disagreement right there. Wait, did I do the right thing? Yeah, okay. When discussions get highly theoretical. Are we talking like, theoretically, if aliens were to come on the planet and they wanted all our coffee beans, blah, 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 is that what you do? Is that what it's talking about? Probably. Well, in that case, I wouldn't. I love theoretical questions. Theoretical questions are what keep the fun alive. Like when you're in a relationship with someone or when you have a friend for like way too long and you start losing things to talk about, theoretical things, they keep the fun alive, you know? It can be fun if it's done right, in my opinion. So I'm gonna disagree. In fact, I am the person who initiates those types of conversations usually. Next question. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Absolutely. The biggest example to this thing was me moving to Germany. Because, like, when you look at the facts, I was broke, I didn't finish high school, and I'm moving into a first world country where everything is triple the price of what I'm used to. Coming to Germany, logically, was the worst possible decision I could have made. But my heart was telling me to get the frick out of where I was living and come here. So that's what I did. Like, and yeah, my logic was absolutely on point. It was a bad idea. I don't have the financial stability I once had, but the thing with moving into Germany is that I might not have financial stability, but in Turkey, I would have paid with my soul and mental stability. So it really comes down to what you would like to do, what you want to pay off, right? Would you rather be financially stable or would you rather be mentally stable? That's what it came down to. And for me, I ended up following my heart. So I do find myself following my heart. Bloop. You live an interesting life, dang. Yeah, I mean, everyone's life is interesting, no? We're all different people living on this giant rock. We've all got our own stories. I bet all of you guys have interesting stories. Mine just are put on the internet. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Absolutely. It is tough to maintain things. Starting work schedules and finishing them, you know what? Kind of easy, but maintaining them, impossible. It's hard. It's really hard. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna just agree majorly with this one. Next question. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Do I second guess things? I would disagree on this one. I wouldn't wholeheartedly disagree though, because like sometimes when it came to buying a phone like 3 years ago, I was stuck between getting the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung S22, I think. And to this day, I'm still like, bruh, should I have picked the Samsung? Or bruh, did I pick the right color? And after I received the phone, I was like, oh, yep, I love it, but would the other one have been better? I do second guess sometimes. But Usually I don't. When it comes to like important big life decisions, I don't. Like I don't regret anything big that I've done up to this point, and I don't second guess myself often. So yeah, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with it. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. My friends would, if I had close friends. Okay, so when I did have close friends that would hang out with me, then yes, absolutely they would. But now that I don't really have anyone, I don't know how to answer this. I really don't. Cause like, I'm usually very soft-spoken and shy, but when I make friends, I become the polar opposite about it. So like, I think I'm gonna agree because it says friends, right? So I'm gonna agree with it. They'd call me weird, I'd call them right. Maybe put it in the middle. No. Lively and outgoing. I was definitely like from what my friends would describe. Next question. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Absolutely. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Dude, they're just asking the same question over and over again. Yes, I like emotional stuff rather than factual things. No, objective facts, emotional impressions. I'm gonna... Oh boy. But it says you base your choices. Yeah, I'm gonna like put this one in the middle, honestly. I think it's to make it more accurate. I guess. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Accurate. Very accurate. You rarely feel insecure. You avoid making phone calls. Absolutely. If there is an option to not do phone calls, I'm going to take it. When I have an issue with my bank and there is no live chat support option, I'd rather just walk into the store by myself. I'd rather take the bus, go all the way to that store, and get my problem solved in person. I will avoid phone calls at an alarming rate. And I don't understand why. Because, like, my parents... they were always like, why do you never answer your phone? Everyone has a phone. Yeah, nobody uses the phones to call. Duh. We text. We have texts. Why would I call? Morning, Kate. Just joined the stream with my cup of coffee. Nice. Enjoy that coffee. I love texting, but hate calling. Yes. Like, seriously. When a company doesn't have live support options, I get really pissed. Because most of the times... it's not even a freaking person. You know what's gonna happen when you need customer support? They're gonna connect you to a machine that's going to say in its lovely, horrendous, robotic voice, "Hello, welcome to ... company. How may I assist you today? If you want to cancel your subscription, press 1. If you want to cancel blah, 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 blah." And it's just gonna keep going. Over and over again. And then it'll take like 2 minutes for you to actually get connected to an actual person. And you know what happens when you get connected to an actual person? You get hit with an indecipherable accent mixed with horrible cell reception. Where are you guys calling from? It's like they're answering the call from a cave in Canada or something. Because, like, you genuinely cannot make out what they're saying. You are a $1 million company. How can you not afford proper cell phones? Why? It's so hard. And then I feel bad trying to say, excuse me, could you repeat yourself, please? I don't really understand. And then they'll say it slower, but it won't make a difference because they're still answering from the cave. There's an echo. The phone sounds like it has a freaking cable attached to it. It's just, it's so unpleasant. Yeah, agree. Wait, did I answer this correctly? No. Okay. Next question. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. I mean, yeah, it is very interesting to watch something from another's point of view, rather that be from their own words, a diary, a video. It makes things a lot more interesting because a lot of people are very one-sided when it comes to people's viewpoints. They're like, oh, this person is doing a bad thing, they must be bad. Well, what if there's a reason they did the bad thing? What if they had a bad experience? What if they assume that they're gonna have a bad experience? You never know. It's always interesting. So, like, yes, I agree. Okay, thank God. Okay, there are 3 more pages. We can do this, guys. We can do this. We can do this. They can't afford working phones because they have like millions of dollars. How? You can afford to charge me $50 a month for a measly service and you can't afford a proper cell for your own company? It's so dumb. Ugh, next question. You can easily connect with the people you have just met. I am a very vibey person, so yes, I can easily connect with people. I'm very good at that. I don't know how, because I've got very poor social skills, but, you know, if I came face to face with my fans, we'd probably vibe. We'd probably vibe hard. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Nah, I can wait a little bit. You know? Like, oh, my plans got messed up. Guess I'll start in an hour. Guess I'll take a break first. Guys, this is actually a really bad thing to do. Don't do it. Unfortunately, this is just how I am. So, my top priority is not to get back on track as soon as possible. But I wouldn't be avoiding it completely either. Middle. This one's a middle one. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. I am very interested in discussing theories about what the world will look like because it doesn't look bright. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't think there's gonna be a very good world to look forward to in the future. We are kinda sorta doomed. But it is interesting to try and guess where we're going, I suppose. Like, I'm always going to have an optimistic front about it. I'll always think that something's gonna happen and we're gonna be saved, or people will change eventually when they realize that we're sharing this planet together and you don't deserve to be selfish if you want to keep breathing proper oxygen. But yeah, like my gut's telling me it's gonna be bad, but my brain's telling me to cheer up and it might get fixed. I came back to Kate saying we're cooked. We are cooked. Literally, the oceans are rising quickly and are getting way too warm. Like Levy and I were talking about this the other day. The ocean is currently a lot hotter than a lot of scientists have predicted in the past years. Like, it surpassed their expectations by a lot, which is really, really scary when you think about it. A lot of species are dying, continents will probably start disappearing, we are screwed, but I'll still keep making YouTube videos, so who knows, maybe I'll make a freaking We're Doomed video where I talk about what's going on in the planet. I mean, you could kind of put the blame on we are not making it to 2030 chat. I consider it a blessing that I haven't seen the full state of the world in my eyes. I do have an idea of my future as a Christian, but I don't want to get into arguments, so I don't discuss. Well, for some people like me, I like living in my own bubble. So, like, if there's something I can do to fix the situation, I will be doing my very best. But if it's out of my control, there's no point in torturing myself by reading news about how bad things are going to become. I just avoid it. You know, I'm doing my part. I recycle. I save as much water as I can. I try to be I'm not perfect, but I try to be the most decent version of a human I possibly can. Both as a neighbor, as a YouTuber, as a person in general. Might not be enough, but it's what I'm doing. I'm doing my best. But I can't stop wars or control global warming, so there's no point in making myself sad by watching the news every day. So yeah, I avoid the news like the plague. Exactly. My parents are both like, Kate, why are you not watching the news? You're a grown-ass woman, watch the news. You're supposed to be knowing what's going on in the world. And knowing what's going on in the world is not going to make me feel any better. It's not going to benefit me in any way, shape, or form. So why should I do it? It doesn't really tick. Also, news is very biased to make... Yeah. News, you don't see happy news, and there's a reason for that. It's because people are more likely to watch stories that tend to provoke feelings of anger and sadness, basically negative feelings. So if there is a story about something that'll make you very, very sad or very, very mad, they're going to show that rather than news that is going to make you genuinely happy. Because, yeah, like it or not, media likes to present things in a very dark light to retain viewers and, monetize off of hurting people's souls. But let's try not to think about that. I don't watch the news because it makes me go into a spiral. Example, the current situation with, especially when it comes to political or war, I don't get involved. I don't watch it. I try to avoid it. Cause I know what's happening. I don't need to be reminded of it every single day. I'm already sad enough sometimes. I don't need to be even sadder. I'm finally at a point in life where I'm like, things are looking up for me and everything's gonna get better. And I don't want to ruin that with watching the freaking news. If I need news, I'll go on the National Geography website and check out on all the scientific updates. I don't need to see some blonde lady in her mid-30s going, "Hi everyone, we're broadcasting live from this school pew-pewing." Why? Why would you do that? I guess older people just like being miserable because they are obsessed with watching the news. It's probably just an old person thing. News is basically another word for a company profiting from disasters. Exactly. See? You get it. I used to read the news until it got to a point where I started to have panic attacks, so I just stopped. Yeah. I used to read the newspaper when I was I'm not that old, but they had newspapers, and I would buy one every morning and just read about it. I'd skip through the sad parts because they were pretty easy to avoid since you're just reading. Just look at pictures that you like and read what's under them. I'm not gonna lie, most of the times I got the paper just for the Sudokus in the back. For example, there's a lot more stuff about what's wrong with stuff than what's right with stuff. Yeah. But that's how it is in media in general, including YouTube, right? Because at some point I had to go on a full YouTube detox, despite the fact that I'm a YouTuber, because my entire YouTube recommended page was just news and videos that made me sad. Book talk is destroying literature. The age of content creation is over. AI is taking over our jobs. And it made me feel genuinely sad. It made me feel like there was a pit in my stomach. And I don't want to watch YouTube for that. I want to watch YouTube for funsies. I want to open up YouTube to listen to music while I animate. I don't need that stuff. So I signed out and I redid my entire recommendations the next day. The same, to be honest, yeah. Next question. You are too interested in discussing theories on what the... Oh, right. I read this. So, I am very interested, but I don't like doing it. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Absolutely. I am a very emotional-driven person. Sometimes I get angry and do things that I regret afterwards. And sometimes I get really excited and do things that I regret afterwards, but... Yeah. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than what is most logical or efficient. Yes. Next question. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Yes, this is the definition of me. Especially when it comes to animating, I cannot just sit down at my tablet and say, okay, I'm going to work for the next 1 to 2 hours, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to work for the next 5 hours. And you know what? That doesn't work. I'm going to work for 10 hours because I'm feeling very energetic, and then I'm not going to work for an entire day because I lost all of that energy. I mean, I'm giving an exaggerated example, of course, but that's how it used to be back when I was living in Turkey. So yeah, we're gonna agree. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Yes, this hits hard. Cause like my entire channel, I get a lot of comments about how relatable I am, and sometimes I feel a little too scared to like express my own opinions on something because I'm scared that someone will say, whoa, I thought we were twinsies. I don't agree with you and I don't like you as much anymore. Because people do that, believe it or not. Sometimes people think of me as an NPC rather than a person, and when I do something that doesn't fit their image of what I should be like, it goes south real quickly. They'll just stop looking up to me. Ooh, a donation. Thank you for Sarah Games. Hey, just a question. Do you have any children in your basement? If so, how many and how often do you feed them? Well, first of all, thank you so much for the $5. And second, I got 27 children. I feed them once every blue moon. I like to give them pieces of dry, stale bread, but sometimes I'll feel generous and give them rotten carrots too. They'll eat anything up. Don't worry about them. They're fine. I'm a good mom. Anyway. Yeah. I absolutely agree. You would love a job that requires you to work alone for most of the time. Yes. Okay, guys, we gotta talk about something. A lot of people always think that YouTube animators are kind of copying off of each other. That, oh, every animator is an introvert. That's so silly. You guys don't have your own personalities. No, you want to know why we're all introverts? It's because being a YouTube animator without being an introvert would be pure torture. This job, you cannot be a YouTube animator unless you are comfortable with being alone all the time. Like, for the majority of the time. And like a lot of people don't believe that. They don't understand that. They're like, oh, of course you're introverted because you're an animator, right? Show me one YouTube animator that's extroverted. I dare you. Go ahead. Show me one YouTube animator that's extroverted and has enough time to upload everything that they want to. Next question. Emirichu. Yeah, Emirichu is the only one, and she's not technically an animator. She is a story timer. Because when you watch her videos, she doesn't draw frame by frame. She kind of just draws one picture for a scene and then skips over to the next scene. Like, if you digest it very visually with a keen eye, you can notice that she's just doing drawings, which is not easy either, but it saves a lot of time. There's no color, there's no framing, it's just drawings. So it's not exactly animating. It's just storytelling with very good drawings. It's a comic style. Yeah, it's also a comic style. The Odd Ones Out is extroverted? Didn't he make an entire video about being introverted? I'm pretty sure he did. Oh, Jinja Ninja? I don't know who Jinja Ninja is, unfortunately. Yeah, the only person that I've heard of who's extroverted is Emirichu. And if you look at Jaden Animation's video, one of them, you can see like a comparison table where she shows all of her friends as introverts. So I think I think maybe I made a mistake, maybe. So yeah, this job requires you to be alone most of the time. And if you're not good with that, you probably can't do it. Oh, Ooh, another donation. Thank you, Nacho, for the 20 currency I don't recognize. Have you seen The Amazing Digital Circus? And if so, what do you think of it? I'm not exactly like a fan of The Amazing Digital Circus, but I do like their work a lot. My favorite character is Ragatha. If you guys don't watch Digital Circus, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. A lot of people misuse the word fan. Like, I am aware that most of the people who watch me aren't fans, right? Because a fan is a person who loves everything about you, follows everything you do, and admires you. Those three components. You can watch someone and like their content and still not be a fan, you know? It's totally normal. I do that with a lot of YouTubers too. So, yeah. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. My brain is not braining with this question. What does this mean? Pondering abstract philosophical questions. Okay. I'm going to assume that this means you believe that talking about philosophical questions. What does abstract? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna gray one this. Do you like thinking deep? Oh! Okay, do you like philosophy? I do like philosophy, and I do think about philosophy a lot. If it's a topic that's brought up, I'm definitely going to speak about it. I'm definitely going to go into detail about it. One time, I drove my philosophy teacher insane because I kept asking too many questions and segueing into other topics, which, given the fact that they were a philosophy teacher, says something about me as a person that I am embarrassed to admit. So, it's definitely not a waste of time. It's entertainment. And I believe that philosophy should definitely be something that you integrate into a person's life, even just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. Philosophy is not something that'll hurt you. It'll just give you a better, bigger picture of the world we live in and the society we live in. And I think that's something everyone needs to experience and understand, even just a little bit. So, just gonna disagree. Why is mustard yellow mustard? Why is there no blue mustard? Exactly. Big philosophical questions. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. I don't know about that. I definitely hate loud places, but this says busy and bustling places, which I do adore. I like eating a hot dog in the middle of the street where I can hear the children playing and people talking. That makes me happy. I like that. Oh, welcome to Kindle, Peach. Thank you for being a member. But I also really enjoy my quiet, intimate space as well, like the library and stuff. So, I don't know. I like both of them. I'm gonna go here because I'm gonna pretend like this just means concerts and loud people. I don't like that, but I do like busy places. It brings me joy because it's nice to like see people, you know? We're just gonna do that. Okay, but who came up with the spelling of Wednesday? Yeah, I'd like to have a word with that person. I genuinely, I need to know why. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. I used to, but nowadays I do this dumb thing where I ask ChatGPT first for no apparent reason. I think I might be slightly addicted to ChatGPT. It's not, I don't know if this is normal nowadays, but like, I don't use ChatGPT to do my work and stuff, but I do use ChatGPT as an affirmation that I'm doing something right. Like, if I write a script or if I'm about to cook something, I'll go, hey, ChatGPT, I'm gonna do this. Do you think it's a good idea? And ChatGPT will go, oh, absolutely, Kaitlyn, that's an amazing idea. And it'll make me feel so good. Oh, and when I have dumb questions, I can just spam him, unlike my boyfriend, who gets really tired of my shit. So, yeah, I agree. I just need a little bit of affirmation. Next. Oh, okay, last one. You often feel overwhelmed. Absolutely. Too much work, too much everything. You guys don't understand what it's like to how busy I freaking get. I have so many things I have to manage. I have to manage this channel, my main channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Discord. And while this might sound like extremely easy things, I'm gonna give Instagram as an example, right? I work really hard on my Instagram. I spend like maybe 6 hours in total every week trying to make a nice picture edit. And people don't get that. They think that I'm just doing it for fun, and I enjoy doing. I mean, I do enjoy doing it, but I would rather not have to do it. I would rather not do it, but I have to because that's just what being a YouTuber is. If I don't do Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, I'm basically non-existent. Everything I love, all of my passions, all of my hobbies, I need to figure out how to branch out, or else I'm going to sink. I'm going to sink, and people aren't going to find me, they aren't going to discover me, and my channel's gonna die. So yeah, the pressure must suck. Yeah, it does suck, especially when I have to like second guess myself before every post, every word I say, cuz like sometimes I'll go, should I tell them that I actually don't really watch anime? Would that make them upset with me? Would they not want to be viewers anymore? And like, yeah, you basically have to figure out how to mask a lot of your personal opinions in a way that it won't bother a lot of people. You're basically not allowed to say, I don't like something. You have to say, I'm not a fan of something. Or just find a way to make it sound a little better. Remember to take a break. Yeah, a lot of people tell me to take breaks, and I really appreciate the comments, but I can't. I can't take breaks. Here's the funny thing, right? Because we live in a capitalistic society, in order to afford being able to take a break, I need to make enough money to hire help. And in order to make enough money to help, I need to work myself to my breaking point so I can get said money and then reinvest it into my channel. So it's basically an endless cycle of chasing money to get more money so you can actually live like a person. I am working more hours than a 9-to-5 job. Like, at this point, I think that having a 9-to-5 job would probably be a little easier. Because all the work I do also goes unnoticed most of the time. Because, like, for me, it's 3 months of editing, and for my viewers, it's 6 minutes of content. Some people don't even watch the full video. They watch, like, 1 minute of it and then click off. So, like, I work a lot and get very little return. A break could also mean, like, a break from the internet. Yeah, if I take a break for more than 2 days, people are gonna think I died. Just lay down, drink some coffee, and watch a TV. I'll do that when I can afford to even have a TV. You can't be the best person to your fans if you're dead inside. Well, this is how the real Kaitlyn is, and you guys are watching me, and you guys, I'm comfortable talking to you guys. I don't know why. I think it's because this is my second channel, and I'm a little more open to being honest and comfortable since I know that there aren't youngsters here. Like really, really young kids, because anyone under the age of 13, I don't mean to generalize, but I'm just saying that because, like, you know, age limit stuff, it's hard for them to understand what I'm going through, and therefore every time I even mildly complain about something, they're going to see me as a, whoa, Kaitlyn's not being the high energy entertainer I'm used to. I don't like that. Why want her to get back to normal? And you know, I don't like that. So anyway, we respect you and appreciate you and your work. Oh, thank you. It's very easy to lie on the internet, though. That's the thing you can't when you have fans. A lot of you guys actually know me better than I know myself. If I show up to the stream and I'm sad about something, I'm willing to bet $100 you guys will notice. Because after spending a specific amount of time watching my videos and watching my streams, you start to kind of like understand the content creator, aka me, and you can instinctively pick up on hints of something's not right here, or she doesn't sound the way she usually does, or something's off with the vibe. You'll basically be able to detect it really easily. And that's the case for my main channel as well. So while I could lie with my words, it's not easy to lie to fans because they know you can't lie to fans. Young child here, I totally understand you. It's totally fine to be burned out and tired. I get that it's hard to take a break right now, but I hope you get to relax soon. You deserve it. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Do you ever get a lot of headaches? Oh, yes. Oh, wait, test. Right. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Yes. If I have to skip a step, I'll probably get really annoyed. It'll feel incomplete. So I'm going to agree with this one. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Absolutely. That's the fun part of being an animator, right? You get to come up with stuff. You get to figure out, oh, this is not working. Maybe I should try this. Maybe I could do that. It's nice. It's fun. It's been 2 hours. Oh God, don't worry guys, it's almost done. It's like 5 questions left. So yes. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than... Yes, we've answered this before. You struggle with deadlines. Yes. Well, okay, sometimes I'm on time, but sometimes I'm late, but most of the times I struggle. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Wow. They kept the real banger for last, huh? Okay. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that my channel's gonna grow and that I'm gonna be a YouTube star one day? Or do you guys think that this is enough for me and that I'll ride the wave and one day it'll die off and I'll go find another job? What do you guys think? Yes? Well, the fans have spoken. Yes. You already are a star? No, I'm not. I'm in a weird space in the gacha community where a lot of people who watch gacha actually don't know me, which is weird. It's so weird. You're going to be MatPat? I'm gonna go MatPat on you? Maybe when I'm like 40, hopefully. Alright, let's see the results, guys. All right, lock in what your assumptions are gonna be. I am an INFP. I'm a mediator. Woohoo! What does that mean? Okay. INFP. Let's read the description. Personality traits. Oh, this is interesting. I'm 72% introverted. Absolutely. This is so correct. 79% intuitive. Yeah, I like to do things rather than observe. Oh, you're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Yes. 84% feeling. Wow, I don't know how to feel about the fact that this is not here. Does this mean I don't think? I mean, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Everything I've done so far, all of my successes in life have been 30% strategy and thinking and 70% sheer dumb ambition. I am the embodiment of follow your dreams and work hard. That would be my quote. That would be like a shirt I wear all the time, probably. Prospecting and judging. You're likely very adaptable, easygoing, and flexible, prioritizing spontaneity over stability. Yup. Don't like doing the same thing all the time. And I do love spontaneous stuff. Turbulent or assertive? What does this mean? I've never seen these words before. You're likely self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-given, perfectionistic, and eager to improve. Oh my god, this is horrifyingly accurate. This is horrifyingly accurate. What the frick? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, let me read the description. Okay. As an INFP mediator, you possess a rich inner world brimming with imagination, empathy, and idealism. Your compassionate nature and deep-seated desire to understand the human experience make you a natural confidant and source of support for those around you. You approach life with a sense of wonder, always seeking meaning and authenticity in your experiences and relationships. I like this. Your creativity is a wellspring of inspiration, often manifesting in unique ideas and innovative solutions to complex problems. However, this same creativity can sometimes lead you to become lost in daydreams, making it challenging to navigate more practical aspects of life. You have a profound capacity for empathy, allowing you to connect with others on a deep, almost intuitive level. Would I? I mean, yeah, I do connect to people pretty easily, and I do daydream a lot, so this is very, very accurate. You got the same one? Twinsies! Alright, your career path. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's just skip this and go to the graphs. Oh, there's no graphs? Seriously? In your professional life, you're driven by a deep-seated need for meaning and purpose. Yes, one day, I'm going to die. It'll be like I never existed, and in 100 years or so, everyone on this planet will forget I even walked, or I was even born. But maybe, someone's gonna remember my channel. Maybe. That's kind of what makes me sleep at night. I'm like, oh goodness, I hope that people don't forget about me when I'm gone. Cause like I don't do much in this life. I didn't do anything significant. I didn't build a park. I didn't become a millionaire. I didn't come up with a brand new species of bacteria, but I have a channel. I created a community. I have people that I love and they love me. So I did something. I did something. And I had fun making it. So hopefully that'll be my thought process in like 30 years. And if not, I'm sorry, future Kate. You thrive in environments that allow you to express your creativity, help others, and stay true to your values. Yes. What? This is literally my job. I express my creativity by making animation videos, and I help others by sharing my experiences so we can bond together. And I stay true to my values by basically doing whatever I want without taking stuff from other people. Careers in counseling, teaching, writing, or the arts often appeal to your nurturing nature and imaginative spirit. However, finding the right fit can be a journey of trial and error as you navigate the balance between your ideals and the realities of the working world. This hits hard because, like, finding the right fit. When I was little, when I was like 12, I thought that my job forever would be... Oh, wait a minute. Let me just make you guys a little shorter. Let me make you guys a little shorter. Hang on. Properties. I'll just make you guys slimmer. Boop. Maybe too slim. Maybe too slim. I put you guys on a diet on accident. Sorry. Hang on. Oh, let's do 600. 600. There you go. See, that's better. Now we're your little babies. Yep, you're all my little pocket babies. I thought that I was gonna be a gotcha tuber forever. But guess what? Stuff happened and I lost interest in that. But in my journey of finding fame and joy in creating stories, I found joy in just making my stories into videos. So, yeah. It was a journey of trial and error. And I hope that this is its final form. I hope that I don't transition into something else because I genuinely love my work and I really hope I don't have to end up leaving it. Your ability to think outside the box and empathize with others makes you a valuable asset in many fields, particularly those requiring innovative problem solving or interpersonal skills, yet you may struggle with highly structured environments or roles that involve a lot of routine tasks. Yes. I cannot join an agency just because of this. When it comes to working with a group or with an agent, you need to be very structured. There are schedules you need to follow. There are things you need to do, possible fan meet and greets and special sponsors that you need to follow. But I'm not good with that at all. Your challenge lies in finding a career that not only aligns with your values, but also provides the flexibility and autonomy you crave, allowing you to make a meaningful impact while staying true to yourself. Well, here's the thing, guys. This being an animation YouTuber is exactly this sentence. It allows me to make a meaningful impact while staying true to myself. The problem is, it's very, very hard to make a livable income while staying true to myself. I'm scared that one day YouTube will get to a point where I will have to break this personal rule. It would really break my heart, but right now I'm willing to be a little hungry. I'm willing to miss a few hours of sleep to make good content that aligns with my beliefs. But one day I'm gonna be too old. I mean, not old. I'll probably be like 30, but when back pain and hand pain and carpal tunnel develops because I tried to stick to my morals, I guess I'm gonna have to slide a little bit to getting a lot more help than I'd be comfortable with. Because, I know a lot of people would really prefer seeing me post once every month, even though it was made by a bunch of other people. And yeah, that'd be nice, but I'm not comfortable with it yet. It's my channel, and it's my work, and it's my story, and I don't like the idea of being a mini company. It's not nice. Wait, I'm late. What's your MBTI? I'm a INFP. What's next? Your strengths. Insightful understanding. Your grasps deep emotional nuances, creating genuine connections with networkers and clients. Independent thinking, reflective approach, authentic presence. You create trust through honesty and openness, bringing sincerity into the workplace. Is it watching the stream? Is the website scanning my stream or something? Okay, so what I was just saying. Quiet determination. Understated persistence allows you to pursue meaningful goals without unnecessary conflict. Gentle persuasion. Your empathetic communication helps you to smoothly guide others toward consensus. I sure hope so. Sometimes I try to help people out, but I don't think they take my advice. I mean, they take it to heart, but they don't really follow them. I like how people are no, take a break, it's okay. And when you do, they're notice me, senpai. Yeah. Look, guys, I get comments saying, Kaitlyn, it's been 3 weeks. Where's the next video? I think if I took 1 week off, people would low-key get angry at me. I mean, a lot of people don't really understand what it's like to be an animator in the first place, which is why they assume that it should be done quickly. A lot of people actually think I'm still in school because of how sparingly I post. I'm not. I'm not in school. I don't have anything else to do other than animating and streaming, but it still takes time. There's nothing I can do about that. My weaknesses, this is gonna be fun to read. Struggling with pragmatism. Your idealistic expectations may hinder practical decision-making and achievable goals. Bruh, I just want 2 million subscribers. What do you mean? Is that unrealistic? Maybe 3? Maybe 10? Maybe 100? I'm joking. If I were to have like an end goal, I guess it would be 3 million. But my realistic goal is 2 million. Reacting personally to criticism. Constructive feedback may trigger deep self-doubt, negatively affecting your confidence. Here's the thing though, it's almost never constructive feedback. It's always just straight up blatant rudeness for no apparent reason. I sometimes get constructive feedback and I don't mind. No, actually no, I don't get any constructive feedback. Like, I guess the only constructive, quote, feedback I've gotten was post more. Because, like, yeah, that makes sense. But everything else is just meaningless hate comments, so they don't really do anything. But when someone tries to do it, like some people, they'll come up to me and say, okay, so what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, what's your job? What do you want to work as? And I'm like, I want to stick to the job I have right now. I'm really happy with it. And they're like, no. What do you want your real job to be? And I'm like, yeah, like I said, I want to be a YouTuber forever. I like my job. And these types of people just genuinely upset me because they're not coming out of a place of jealousy. They're just coming out of a place of genuine concern because they don't understand how YouTube works. So they're just gonna be like, oh, this person has fame that's not gonna last into her 30s. And by the time I'm 40, I'll probably be broke and have no fans left. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess I do react personally to that type of criticism. Because, like, don't tell me what to do. It's my life. I want to be a YouTuber. Leave me alone. If it weren't working, here's the thing, right? If it weren't working out for me, then yeah, I'd understand the need to do that. But I'm doing okay. My income is enough for one person. I'm just struggling because there's 2 people living in this household. And I guess I would be struggling either way because, like, holy crap, things are expensive here. They treat YouTube the same as someone's 15 seconds of fame on TikTok. Yeah, especially with older people. Like, I will never forget that interaction I had with my friend's mom. Because he has a very strict mom. And she was like, okay, you guys want to hear the full story? Here's what happened. We were hanging out together in my office. Because I had an office when I was like 15. And I just used it to do homework, make YouTube videos. It was just my own Kaitlyn chill space, right? And this friend was there with me, and we hung out together. We were just having a fun time, me and bro, drinking some iced tea, watching a show, and then it was time to go home. So, I get to his apartment. I give him a lift because I have a bike, he doesn't. And then he looks at his phone, and oh my god, his face turns pale. He's like, oh my god, my mom called me 12 times and I did not answer. Can you please come upstairs with me? And I don't have a strict parent, so I don't understand what that means. What does it mean? What do you mean your mom called you 12 times and you didn't answer? Just go up and tell her, sorry, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. And he was like, no, Kate, trust me, she's going to kill me. Please come upstairs with me. She'll be nicer if you're with me. And I'm still confused, but I'm like, you know what? Okay, I know there are some parents that are a little bit strict. I'll come upstairs with you. And then we go upstairs. I climb the stairs, get to his house, and his mom, we don't even knock. She opens the door wide open and just stares daggers at us like Medusa. She was like, you, get inside right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're not my parent. Why are you screaming at me in that tone? Respect, huh? That's weird. But, like, I didn't say anything because holy crap, my friend was right. She is very, very upset and very, very strict. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should have said something like, "Hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm not your kid." But like at the moment, I didn't want to put salt on the wound for my buddy. You know, the poor guy was already shaking in his shoes, like, "Oh my god, my mom's mad. My mom's mad. I don't know what to do. Katie, please help." And I walk inside, my first time being at their house, and I'm like, "Okay, what do I do now?" And then she sits us down to eat food. And I'm like, "Oh, what a nice lady." But my friend is still shaking. And then she starts asking me questions. We talk. And then we get to the career topic. And my friend looks, his head just bolts up and looks straight into my eyes. And they widen. They're like, "Oh no." He's like sending me telepathic responses through brainwaves to not say anything that might upset her. So I nod at him and I'm like, I do YouTube videos and I want to be a YouTuber. And then she asks the golden question. "Yeah, but like, what do you want to be? What's your career idea?" And I'm like, "Oh no, oh no." And then I answer, "I'm going to be a YouTuber forever." And this woman, Lord save this woman, she said, YouTube is not going to exist. YouTube is dying. Nobody watches YouTube anymore. You need to find a real job, blah, 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 blah. And dudes, I was feeling disrespected as hell. I was feeling horrible because, like, what the hell? You're not my mom. Not even my own mom would say something like that to me. How dare you? I was so confused. And I look at my friend and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand what you're going through." And I don't know what to say. Because, like, YouTube is dying is truly diabolical. Exactly. I tried to, like, tell her, no, it's a growing company. It's probably not dying anytime soon. And she tries to go, "Oh, nobody watches YouTube. I don't watch YouTube ever." Listen, lady, you don't watch YouTube because you're on Facebook. She is one of those moms, by the way. She is definitely always on Facebook. So, like, I don't know. What if I said Facebook has no future because you're basically using a dead dinosaur? Nobody uses Facebook over the age of 40 anymore. I don't know how to... YouTube is dying, so then explain the people that upload there 24/7. Exactly. She sounds abusive. No, she's just one of those very strict moms. Like, very, very strict moms. She doesn't watch YouTube. She plays Candy Crush. Probably. And here's the thing, right? After that day, she viewed me as some type of evil siren to her son. Because, like, I don't mean to brag, but I'm relatively good with moms, like, especially with my friends. My guy friends' moms tend to like me a lot. But this one time, this lady, she just had it out for me. She did not like me just because I was a YouTuber. It was a horrible, horrible experience. And afterwards, every time I would come over, she would, like, say something to try to catch me where I'm not supposed to be, you know? Like, I came over with, it was me, that friend, and two other dudes, and we were just chilling in the bed, talking about stuff, playing video games, talking about the school and stuff, and trying to edit a video together. And then his mom comes over and he's like, "Do your parents know you're here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. They don't really care." And she's like, "Okay." And then guess what? She calls my parents and tells them, "Your daughter is in my house." I don't know how she got my parents' phone number, maybe from my friend's phone, because, like, we had no idea she did this. And my parents became so panicked. You know why? Because despite the fact that my parents let me do practically anything I want, I have, like, an unlimited amount of freedom. I can be on my bike past midnight outside and they wouldn't care. I mean, they would care, but, like, they trust me enough to be smart with where I'm going and what I'm doing. So Imagine their surprise when some random woman calls them and says, "Your daughter is on my son's bed." It's, dude, you could not have possibly phrased it in a worse way. Because, like, my parents don't care. They genuinely don't. But when you call someone's parents and say that, they're gonna get ideas. They're gonna get ideas that, hopefully, you guys are over the age of 13, ideas that aren't completely innocent. You know? So they come over, they drive, and they're very pissed. They wait for me at the car. The mom comes out following me like a dog. Okay, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean. She's a good mom. She's just trying to protect her kid. I don't know why she was so nosy about me, aka someone who's not her kid. But it's I apologize. Hang on, breathe. Anyway, okay. And she looks me dead in the eyes and she says, "One thing I don't like is liars." I didn't lie. I didn't lie ever. I literally said they don't care. And you made it your job to call my parents and say, "Your daughter is on my son's bed." What does that mean? Oh, I never went back there again. That house was off limits to me. I was like, dude, I like you, bro. I love you like a brother, but I don't want to go an inch near your mother. She just didn't like me for no reason. And every time that friend would, because he wants to be a music artist. It's his biggest dream. He's like really aspiring to be an artist. A music artist, more specifically, and his mom hates that idea. She's like, "Nope, actual career. You're getting a job at a factory or something stable. You're not doing this. You're gonna finish school. Blah 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 blah." So every time my friend would write a new song and release it on, he wouldn't release it, but he would send clips to me and stuff. And one time, I guess he must have uploaded it to a forum of some type because Mother found it. And Mother was mad at me. Like, I'm sorry, but your son expressing his creativity and you blaming it on me is not, it's weird. It's very, very weird. Like, every time he would do something to express his creativity, he would say, "It's all because of you, Kate. You're like the best sister in the world." And I'm like, "Oh, I love you too, bro." And then the mom's like, "No. Go back to work." Sometimes his mom would actually like throw the song lyrics he wrote in the trash without him knowing. He'd hide them under his pillowcase and she'd still find it while making his bed and she would just throw them away. Not the best mama when it comes to fostering creative child, you know? Thank you so much for the donation, Eves. Karens. I don't know if she's a Karen, guys. Like, she just might be a very concerned mom. I don't want to judge people who don't do severely harming things, right? Because, like, in her eyes, she might be protecting me or something. But for a child who's been raised very independently, it was weird for me. Because, like, my parents give me unlimited freedom, and my friend has 0 to no freedom. So it was very, very weird to be able to see what my friends go through, what they don't have and what I have. Because, like, yeah, we didn't have a lot, but I had freedom, which is something that a lot of kids actually value more than monetary things. How do I defend friends who have Karen parents without saying the wrong thing? It's hard because, like, I respect my friend, and therefore I must respect the person who raised him. Your friend gotta say something about that. He must have felt really awful going back to his room and finding his hard work in the trash can. Well, here's the thing with parents, right? You can't really talk back to them. I mean, even if you do, it's gonna go inside one ear and exit the other. Because strict parents are a whole different breed of parent, basically. You cannot tell them anything. It's not going to get through in their head because to them, you're just a silly little inexperienced kid and you have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard to get them to change their mind. Anyway, reluctant to advocate. Your natural humility often prevents you from presenting your contributions effectively. Natural humility? Do I have a natural humility? I mean, does not talking about myself count as humility? Oh, thank you for the donation. BC100 Dev. Thank you so much. I mean, I understand her worries, like from her POV doing something that can be risky is really not the best, but at the same time, she doesn't even want him to do it as a hobby. I don't know if she like hated it when he would do songs as a hobby, but if he started talking about like investing in a small little studio to record the song and release it on Spotify for fun, she'd like immediately step in. Like she wouldn't have anything against him singing, but if he played something and wrote something and put genuine effort into it and it was at the heap of becoming an actual song, then she would step in and kind of like ruin it a little bit. Difficulty networking. Self-promotion and professional interactions outside your comfort zone may leave you drained. Yeah. There's a reason I joined a sponsorship agency, like I said. Overlooking organization. Your spontaneous workflow style can cause difficulties in maintaining schedules and routines. Is that a bad thing, though? Is that really a bad thing? I mean, I guess it's a bad thing when it comes to animating because you really need to stick to a schedule because if you don't, you're going to be late. And if you're late, people are going to notice and they're going to get mad. But, like, I like having a spontaneous workflow style. Oh, no. I like having a spontaneous style, but not a workflow style, because I would much rather prefer to be able to focus for long sessions rather than being completely dependent on mood and energy. That's something that people with ADHD struggle a lot with, but I don't want to make every problem about myself. I don't want to point my finger at ADHD. Like, I know that my ADHD is a big part on why I have all of these, like, not all of these, but like most of these problems. But it feels wrong to say, oh, I can't do it because I have ADHD. Because when I do that, people are going to think that I'm just putting blame on something I have no control over, which is not great. Drained by routine, repetitive or structured tasks demotivate and tire you, reducing overall productivity. Yes. If I don't skip between animating and then drawing and then doing something else, I'll get really bored and I won't want to do it anymore. That's why I really need to force myself to switch tasks. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's a lot of your personal growth. What do I got? Open to possibilities, intuitive self-awareness, deeply reflective, comfortable with complexity, and curious learner. Your weaknesses, self-critical thoughts. Okay, I think my strengths are kind of boring to go on because, like, I know my strengths. They're not great. This is all just really stretched out explanations of basic things I have. So I'm just going to skip to the weaknesses because that's content. That's content, baby. My weaknesses, self-critical thoughts. You easily overlook your achievements, becoming discouraged by perceived shortcomings. Yes. Well, here's the thing. YouTube Studio is designed for people to feel bad about themselves. Because when I post a video, it doesn't matter how many views it gets. If it's performing at its usual rate, you'll get a little check mark next to it, and that's it. If you're not constantly bettering yourself on YouTube, the studio will not award you in any way. I'm a 3D animator and it's a pain in the guts. Yes, it really, it's a terrible thing to give content creators, because like, remember their awful argument for removing the dislike button? Oh, we want to protect our creators. No, we can still see the dislikes. It's the audience that can't see the dislikes. YouTube Studio is really awful. Exactly. You're basically constantly pushed to being better than your last upload. But there, as a human being, there's only so much you can progress, right? Like, at a certain point, there's a cap to how good you can get at what you're doing. And what if I don't want to improve anymore? What if I'm happy with what I can do? What happens when I meet that? If that happens, YouTube's not going to say, oh, yeah, you did good. Congratulations. Here's a trophy. Now you're set for life. You don't need to worry about anything. No, YouTube's going to say, hey, you suck now. You suck. You stopped improving, and therefore you suck. That's the message it sends to you. I get really discouraged when I see the stats on my latest upload, and it's just not good. I think I'm also a little bit addicted to checking stats every day, because, like, they're, like, 2 fewer than usual. Exactly. If I get, like, 10,000 less views than the last video, it'll give me a big old fat red arrow pointing downwards. I mean, it used to be red, then they turned it gray. I guess because they figured out that the red was hitting on people's emotions a little too hard, but it still sucks. I absolutely despise the 1 to 10 view count thingy, because so what if it's performing slightly worse than my other vids if it's still got 1K? Exactly. Like, think about really big YouTubers, right? If you post a video, imagine like I'm a huge YouTuber and I'm making millions of views per video, and I post a video and it gets 5 million views instead of 6 million views. That arrow will still go down and I'll still feel like shit. It's not right. It's bad for my mental. All the time, energy, and effort I've wasted on that video it'll feel like it wasn't worth it. It's not good. Also, the problem, you can't see your overall stats. It's only between the last 10 videos. Like, can't I see my overall performance? Exactly. I mean, there are tools you can use to further analyze how all of your videos are doing, how the majority of your videos are doing, or how the last 30 videos you made are doing, but they're not very good at showing stats. You kind of have to scroll down through each video and pick out the videos you want to compare, and it's a lot of hassle. Wait, where was I? Okay. Avoidance of routine. Consistency and structured habits do not come naturally, making disciplined goals challenging. Yeah, sometimes I'll feel like I'm not doing enough, and I could be doing more, but I'm not doing enough. Hard to move past regrets. Do I have any past regrets? I mean, I do, and I still think about them a lot, but it doesn't, like, affect my day-to-day life. I'm perfectly fine, and I accept the fact that they happened. I don't really care. I love how Kaitlyn sometimes talks about the things on screen, then she goes on some random story she had years ago. Yeah, that's that's me, baby. That's the type of streamer you guys are watching. Difficulty setting boundaries. Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Your compassionate nature may lead you to exhaust yourself accommodating others' needs. Yeah. Sometimes people will make plans and it'll conflict with my schedule, but I can't say no because I already promised that we would do the thing that they want to do. So I'll have to, like, find a way around it. And it hurts me, I guess, monetarily, because the time I spend doing the thing they want to do, I could spend making a stream that I want to do and I would enjoy and maybe earn enough to buy a coffee with. Yeah, I mean, setting boundaries has always been an issue for me in general. Turn off slow chat. Hey, Mod, can you turn off slow chat? People pleaser in short, yeah. Yeah. Hesitance to take action. Endless internal deliberation often delays practical steps toward your personal objective. Hesitance to take action. I mean, you know what, guys? I've been planning to make a streaming channel for like maybe 5 months. But I never really got to do it because, like, oh, what if people think it's cringe? Or what if nobody wants to hang out with me outside of my animating community? And what if people don't like it? And what if people just spam questions about my animated videos instead of caring about hanging out with me? And surprise, surprise, that's not how it turned out. Thankfully, thank you guys so much. But I was very hesitant to take that action. And it did take like 5 months for me to actually, you know, create this second channel. And now it's at like 20,000 subscribers, which happened under a month. I don't know how I managed to get here. I'm genuinely surprised because for the longest time I told myself that my first channel was kind of based on childhood luck. And that if I tried really hard, the best I could do was like 5,000 subscribers, I suppose. And then I started this channel, and then I got a bunch of subscribers, and now I'm like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I am a good content creator. Maybe it wasn't all luck. No more slow chat. Yay, you guys are free. Sensitive to external opinions. You may unintentionally give too much weight to others' judgments when assessing yourself. Yeah. You guys know how meaningless the sentence gotcha kid is? Like, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the comments, but when people in real life used to call me that, I would get really, really sad. Because, like, in my mind, I'm doing such a good thing. I'm a YouTuber. I upload good content. I have a lot of amazing fans. Adults were praising my old monetary income. And people my age, or younger than my age, would just constantly call me a cringe gotcha tuber. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I'm not that cool. It's exceptional, over 20K. It's insane to me. I did not believe I could get this far, honestly. Yeah, I think that's it, personal growth-wise. Is there anything else? Relationships. Oh, I really hope Livy's still not watching. Okay, nobody warn Levy. Okay, we're gonna read this. And if he disagrees, oh well. Let's see. My strengths. I'm a natural listener. Your empathy and patience enables others to open up comfortably in your presence. Oh, this is about every type of relationship, not just your love interest relationship. Okay. Well, yeah, the natural listener part, I got that in the bag. I'm a very good listener. I'm not very good at talking or giving advice. Honestly, I think my advice is usually shit. But I am very good at listening to people. And sometimes that's what a friend really needs, you know? You don't have to talk. They don't want solutions. They don't want you to come up with something. They just want you to listen. Highly compassionate, deeply caring toward those close to you. You offer unwavering emotional support. I mean, that's kind of like the baseline for being a good friend, right? Emotionally insightful. Your intuitive understanding allows you to read beneath the surface in social situations. I mean, I am pretty empathetic, so yeah, I can read social situations. The problem is that I'm not very good at acting upon them. Like, if I can genuinely tell that I can tell the difference between someone who approaches me with the goal of being a friend and someone who approaches me with the goal of befriending Kaitlyn Flames. But despite knowing the differences, I am not good at saying, I'm sorry, I don't want this type of relationship. I know what you really want. I'll just kind of smile and nod and wait for them to lose interest. But other than that, I'm not good at just saying what I'm really feeling. Seeking meaningful bonds. You form genuine connections founded on vulnerability, trust, and mutual understanding. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's kind of a downside to like easily be able to talk about your negative aspects in life. But when someone else is going through a bad time and they don't want to feel alone, if you talk about your experiences too, they might be more inclined to like come to you when they have a problem. So meaningful bonds, yeah. Respect for differences. Your accepting nature foster friendships genuinely based on appreciating uniqueness. I mean, I don't go hunting for unique friends, but I appreciate the uniqueness of friends. Absolutely. That's what makes us all, beautiful people. Wouldn't it be boring as hell if we were all the same copy-paste personality? What if every single person in this chat was an INFP? Wouldn't that suck? We need some variety, right? Thoughtful gestures. Your relationships are strengthened by your considerate acts tailored to others' interests and needs. I used to do that, but I don't really have anyone to do that with now, except for Levy. Alright, my weaknesses. What's your MBTI? INFP, right guys? Let me just scroll all the way up. Yep, INFP. INFP. Can someone write that down? I'm gonna forget again. INFP, okay. Let's read out my weaknesses. Yippee. Avoiding conflict. You may leave difficulties unaddressed, sacrificing honesty to maintain peace and harmony. Yeah. Okay, so although I'm a very good listening friend, I'm not good at telling people when they're about to do something really bad. So like, hey, don't invest your life savings into that rock guitar. That's not a great idea. I would say that, but if they don't agree with me, I'm just probably gonna drop it. It's not gonna work. Neglecting your needs. You frequently neglect to communicate your own emotional requirements clearly. This is a problem with me and Levy, because like most of the times I'm constantly focused on work and I don't tell him what I need. Like, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. I kind of just expect him to know what to do, and after a certain point, if he doesn't do it, I'll blow up. And after I blow up, then I'll communicate what I need, and then he'll get it. But otherwise, I'm not good at just openly going up to him and say, hey, could you help me with this? Could you do this, please? I'm not good at doing that. Insecurity in new situations. You may appear withdrawn in unfamiliar social settings, limiting relationship opportunities. Yeah, I'm gonna like stick to what I like and what I'm already familiar with. If there's like a rave or a concert or something, I'll have no idea how to act. I'll probably just stay in my own little bubble. I mean, honestly, I probably wouldn't go to a concert in the first place. I'm not a huge fan of loud settings. I don't know many people like that, but like I really, really genuinely hate overcrowded places. Like if my body is touching two other bodies at the same time, no, I'm noping out of there. I need space. Sad part is all those weaknesses are all me, to be honest. Oh no. Idealizing connections. You sometimes hold relationships to unrealistic standards, causing disappointment and distancing. I mean, I have to be honest. Yes. In my mind, if something's not going the way I was envisioning it would be, I start getting a little bit disappointed. Withdrawal under stress. Emotional overwhelm can lead you to distance yourself, unintentionally hurting loved ones. Well, we live together, so I can't really do that. But when it comes to friendships, yes, I definitely have withdrawn because of the stress. If you've watched my previous video about isolation and forgetting how to talk and stuff, and my living situation in Turkey, I had like 2 friends when I was in that situation. And sometimes they'd invite me, like once every 6 months, they'd be like, hey, Kaitlyn, we haven't seen each other for a while. You wanna come get a coffee together? And I'd say no, because like, hey, that would be the perfect opportunity to go outside. But I was so stressed and overwhelmed that I decided to like not do not go see them despite that. Sensitive to rejection. Being misunderstood or dismissed quickly discourages you from initiating or maintaining relationships. Yeah, one of my friends kind of said, aren't we all a little bit ADHD when I opened up about my problems, and I don't talk to that person anymore, like at all. At all. Whoa, no spam in the chat, please. What else do we got? Okay. Well, that was it. I am an INFP. You guys now know what type of person I am. Turn slow chat on. Okay. I have a moderator who's supposed to be watching this, but it's okay. It's all okay. Well, I guess it's time to... Oh, wait a minute. Before I leave, I just want to clear something up. A lot of people don't understand the difference between what it's like to actually be introverted and extroverted. There are way too many people who just straight up don't know what being an introvert means. And it's a little bit stressing, I'm not gonna lie. Because a lot of people will assume that just because you're shy and socially anxious, that means you should be an introvert. That's not a telltale sign that you are an introvert, okay? A lot of people who are extroverted don't like parties and loud conversations either. So, like, introverted doesn't necessarily mean socially anxious, shy person, is what I want to say. A lot of people have that misconception because the internet kind of makes introverts into a meme. Like, oh, you're so shy and you don't like talking. You must be introverted. No, there are a lot of introverted social people and a lot of extroverted quiet people as well. You don't have to, like, bottle them up into categories. The best way you can tell if you are actually introverted or extroverted is, imagine this scenario, okay? You've spent an entire week at work, or maybe you're studying for a test. And after that week of grueling, eating ramen noodles, studying, and then just dying on the inside as you try to finish every test on time, you get one day off. In that one day off, would you rather spend it alone at home playing video games, or treating yourself to a nice restaurant, or going to watch the clouds or something? Or would you rather call up a group of friends to hang out with and have a good time? If the idea of calling up a group of people after spending so much time working and being mentally exhausted sounds nice to you, then you're probably an extrovert. And if the idea of calling up a group of friends sounds like a nightmare for you because you're already so tired, then you're probably introverted. The problem with this constant mislabeling is that people also forget that ambiverts exist. Like, I've never seen anyone talk about ambiverts ever. They just slip through the cracks because you just gotta be labeled into a certain category, right? And it kind of sucks. Ambiverts are rare because, like, as people, we have habits and we like to stick to them. If you are a person that likes to be alone, you'll mostly gravitate to being alone most of the time. But if you are a person who likes being social, then you'll probably gravitate to being around people most of the time. Ambiverts are what happens when you are both of those. Like, sometimes you want to be around people a lot, like a lot. And sometimes you really need your personal space, and if you don't get it, you're going to be tired. So, oh, yeah, we got some ambiverts in here. Nice. And also, this is not set in stone. Like, your personality traits change over time. The older you get, the more time passes by, or the most experiences you go through. I know this because I used to be ambiverted. I used to be ambiverted before I was a teenager. Like, I had so many friends. I was really popular. I'd hang out with them all the time. If they'd call me for a hangout after school, I'd definitely join into like a group of 15 people, and we'd have such a good time together. I'd play soccer on the streets with them. But then I became a teen, and yeah, I stopped doing that. I stopped liking being around people, probably because of work. But yeah, being ambiverted is a thing, and I think we should acknowledge that, like, a lot more. Because it's weird to force someone who likes both of these things into one category. Sorry guys, now you're going back in the basement. Well, stream's over. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody come on, back in the basement. Back in the basement. And bye.